What's going on, guys? Cody Hyatt here. Some more back road ramblings, daydreamings, whatever you want to call it. Been thinking about advice lately. Asking for advice, giving out advice, applying advice, interpreting that advice, whatever. You know, there's so many different variations of it. Asking for advice is as simple as it sounds. Go up and ask somebody. You know, unless the guy is a complete douchebag, more than likely, he's willing to go out and help you. He'll go out of his way and give you out some advice. You got all these different avenues of approach. You know, obviously you got the gym in person. You got the phone if you know the person personally. You got Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You got all these different social media things and in-person interactive things that you can do to ask people for advice. It just comes down to not being intimidated or afraid. Because most guys out there, they may not look like it, but they're all pretty nice guys. They'll go out of their way to help you out. It's not a big deal. People, you know, from my experience, the more advanced, stronger guys, they like helping out the younger guys because it's cool to see them grow. You know, a weaker guy, to see him start out from, say, like a 225 bench, and then you go out of your way and help him out, and then to see him down the road, you know, a couple months later, 6 months later, whatever, see him benching 315 pounds, that's cool. You know, seeing an achievement like that, it's an achievement in yourself to see somebody else, you know that they benefited from your help and see them achieve something that they were trying to strive for. You know, that's something cool like that. Giving advice. A lot of guys, they give out advice. Some of them know what they're talking about. Some of them don't know what they're talking about. That's how it is anywhere. It's like any personal trainer at a gym. You know, you look at all of them, half of them don't have a clue what they're doing. Yeah, they may have some sort of certification or whatever, you know, book smarts or whatever they want to call it. You got to be street smart in that shit too. You know, not everything in a book applies to everybody. And most of the time, the advice that you do get and that you do receive, from what I've noticed, it's all personal advice, if that makes sense. You know, that advice that's given out is something that those guys have worked for years, put in hours and hours and weeks and months and years of time and labor into that to develop that to what for them. You know, basically it's something that works for them, and then they give that information to you. And that goes into applying advice that you've asked for. Everybody's different. Nobody is the same. So one piece of advice that you get from somebody may work for you, it may not work for you. Your body is completely different than theirs. Your body mechanics, the way you move, the way you breathe, the way everything, the way your muscles work, everything is different in your body from everybody else's. And that goes into where advice is not free. Okay? Yeah, going up asking somebody for advice, that's free. But the actual application and study and breakdown of that advice that you just got, that's not free, because you got to put in work for it. You know, say, okay, you get some advice from somebody about deadlift. Okay, that may work for them, but it may not work for you. You got to take it and analyze how that advice applies to your body, and you got to tweak it. A variation of that advice could work, and it could help you tremendously, or the actual advice itself could work. You're never going to know unless you try. It's all part of the game, pretty much. It's a learning sport. You're constantly learning and evolving.